Justin, help me. I am 45 years old, no job, no friends, no money, and living in a house on welfare. That with no hobbies. What should I do first?
I'd enjoy the rest of your life, bro. I don't mean to be a dick, but if you've gotten to 45, you have no friends, no money, living on welfare, and you're overweight, then me giving you advice in front of all these young men, I think is quite foolish of me. You let it pass you by. There's nothing I can do to help you. And that should scare the fuck out of every one of you young guys. Don't end up like this. This is his fault.
If you're in your 20s, watch this video. 22 to 30 should be experimenting. Do random shit. Go skateboard, go cook, go try flip life. Everybody's got so much pressure to like have it figured out when they come out of school, and that's the biggest mistake that people make. Like it's time to be real and real life and all that shit. It's fucking stupid. Maybe you're the best surfer in the world. Maybe you're the best caviar fucking chef on the planet. I ran a fucking liquor store. I ran the e-commerce wine business. The furthest thing from my fucking mind was starting a vlog about wine in 2006. But then I tasted something and it changed my fucking life. It's no different than kissing a bunch of frogs until you find your prince. The people that will cast judgment on someone who's still trying to explore are people who themselves settled without exploring. These are your parents, these are your best friends, these are your siblings. They're not intending to be mean, tear you down, stop you, conform you into settling like they did, but that's exactly what they're doing. Society is incredibly subconsciously interested in you conforming. Don't.
My friends, welcome to the Sheep Get Sheared Podcast. We're here we talk about people, politics, and popular culture. I'm your host, the one and only Austin Creed, and my friends, today's more of a self-reflective video today. I'm not that old. I mean, I'm in my college dorm, for goodness sake, but I'm not 18. So I've been through and I've seen a bit of the world, and I know what it's like to mess up, and I know what it's like to make mistakes. And so that's what this video is today. This is mistakes to avoid in your 20s from someone who is still in their 20s. And my friends, I'll give you a little bit of background on why I would make a video like this. So when I first got out of high school when I was 18, I tried college for a year. I didn't like it. I was kind of drifting. If any of you have read Napoleon Hill's book, Outwitting the Devil, if you haven't, I highly recommend reading that book. Well, regardless, I was just drifting. I wasn't sure what I was doing. I didn't feel very motivated. I was just kind of like doing it because it's what everybody does, right? I went through my first year. I was partying all the time, making a lot of dumb choices. And I said, you know what, dude? F this noise. Hard pass. I'm not interested. So I decided to go live with my uncle. When I lived with my uncle for a little bit during the summertime of that year, I was still acting like a degenerate bum, still not making good choices, so he ended up kicking me out. But you know what? That was one of the best things that ever happened to me. Why? Because as soon as he did that, I had to go back to my parents' house when I was 19. And when I went back to my parents' house, I ended up working for about a year. I was so over it. I just was working all the time, didn't like it. So I ended up joining the military instead. Joined the military for about 2 years. I got out for medical reasons. And then when I was in the military, something happened to me that changed my life forever. And that's part of the reason why I'm doing this show today. I had to learn these things. And that's why I'm going to give you my list of 7 things that I've learned in my 20s. Most of them mistakes that I've made. And I want you to avoid them if you can and learn from them. Maybe you have other mistakes that you've made that you would like to share. If you do, I would welcome you to leave it in the comment section, or you can head over to my Twitter page at Sheep Get Sheared. You can do it over there. But my friends, when I was in the military, I was so low. My mental health was so bad. I was in a mental hospital for about 28 days. And during that time, I had nothing else to do but reflect on how in the hell I ended up in this position. My entire day was filled with therapy, taking my medication, and I was just sitting there like, how did I get here? How did I get to this low of a place, and how did I end up being this down bad? And one of the questions I asked myself was, If I could be doing anything in the world right now, what would I be doing? That was the question I asked myself. Now, when I was in the inpatient facility, I had access to my computer from like about an hour a day. And I would look online and I look at guys on the internet who had all this money, had all this success, and I was like, how are people this successful? How do they get here? I want to be like that. But here's the thing. The lessons you learn when you're in your late teens to early 20s, and even your mid and late 20s, will help you for the rest of your life. And that's why I'm going to share you with these 7 things that I learned the hard way. All right. My first one is taking on too much debt. All right. Mainly with student loan debt. I'm fortunate because when I was in the military, I got the GI Bill and it pays for basically my college, which is fantastic. But guess what? My first year of college, before I even joined the military, no, not really. So I had to learn about student loan debt, to learn about all this stuff. And a lot of people tack on so much debt. And don't think that marriage is not a debt also. I know guys that have gone to college and then immediately gotten married right after college. And hey, God bless them, that's great. But let me tell you something. Money, college. Money, there's tons of money that you spend in college. A lot of money you spend on going to get your wedding plan, the cake, the catering, all that kind of stuff. Money, and more money. It's not a joke. It's real. This is real life, fellas. So you take on what is that, 6 figures of debt? You're already in debt, and then you have kids? Oh gosh, what is that? Another couple $100,000 in debt? $200K per kid? Oh man. See, taking on too much debt too early will wreck you. You'll spend your whole 20s and your 30s getting out of all this debt. So if you want, I'm not saying don't go to college. I'm saying that if you want to go to college, know what the hell you want to do. Because if you're going to go get a gender studies degree or an underwater basket weaving or something like that, don't do that. It's not worth it for you. My second one is focusing on fornicating. Look, I get it. And this is not just the men, by the way. Ladies, this is for you too. People are so focused. Their hormones are going cuckoo bananas. Everybody's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs for trying to get laid. And they're out here fornicating like birds, bees, insects, and everything else. Like rabbits. Trust me, I'm still surrounded by it now. Military was no different. College, no different. The place doesn't matter. It's the age demographic. No, I'm not saying you need to go completely monk mode. If you can, then absolutely do it. But if you can't, at least control yourself. Know where to get your pleasure and know where not to. Because if you're just going to be out here wasting all your time, let me tell you something. You think it's important to get laid when you're young. It's really not. You know what matters more? Making money, networking, getting yourself disciplined so that you can make more money, you can become more successful, you can start enjoying your life more and have freedom. Freedom is what's really valuable. My friends, if you're not free, if you're not taking care of yourself, let me tell you something. If you are out here drinking and doing potentially drugs you shouldn't be doing that stuff, because all it's going to be doing is messing up, making you look 40 when you're 30. And then you're going to try to go to your esthetician and try to turn back the clock. It's not going to work. Which leads me into my next point, which is not maintaining your youth. If you can't maintain your youth when you're young, if you're not drinking water, you're not taking care of yourself, going to the gym, eating healthy or natural foods, if you're not doing these things, it's going to show in your appearance. It may not be happening to you right now because you're young, but it will happen. And it will hit you in the face. You'll wake up one day and you'll be like, is that a crow's foot? Oh my God, no, that can't be. Or you're gonna look and you start seeing wrinkles, or you're gonna have these bags under your eyes. It's gonna look so bad. My friends, I don't want you to look like that. I want you to look your best, because then you'll feel your best. You'll have your self-esteem up higher. It's something you have to work towards. Getting massages. Men, get manicures for God's sakes. Yeah, it's not feminine to do that. Some people's nails out here look nasty, man. I'm telling you, massages, go out here and really go for a run. Take care of yourself. Assess where you're at. See what needs you have and make sure you address them. Number 4 is physical fitness. It ties in to maintaining your youth. If you can't take care of yourself, let me tell you something. If you're trying to save money now by eating food that's garbage, you're going to be paying later, just not to the grocery store. It's going to be to your doctor. That's who you're paying. You're going to be paying Big Pharma instead of going to the grocery store or the farmer's market. If you think I'm lying, ask your grandfather, ask your grandmother, ask somebody who's older, and they'll tell you what I'm talking about. Now, I'm not saying you need to go out here and try to become the next Chris Bumstead, but what I am saying is at least be active, like 30 minutes a day. Do something. Take the stairs at work. Do something. Because, trust me, you're not going to regret going the extra mile, sometimes physically. Number 5, oh goodness, yes, this is a big one. Not investing in yourself. I know people who are so quick to be like, yo, Austin, you're starting your own show, you're writing books, like that is so awesome. I want to help you. And well, I'm very grateful for the help. I don't hear them saying the same thing about what they want out of their life. They're not saying they want to invest in them. Some people are very quick to want to support others, which is fantastic, but they won't have that same enthusiasm to take care of themselves. Try to bring their own dreams into reality. Further their own career, go the extra mile for themselves. Which to me, it's sad. It's very sad. Because you should want to take care of yourself, but it's not selfish to take care of yourself. You can quote me on that if you want. Investing in yourself is the best investment I think anybody can make. Because trust me, you're going to be living with yourself a lot longer than you will anybody else. Number 6, networking with the wrong people. I could probably tell you who you are by the 5 people you hang out with. And if you don't even have 5 people, then there's a whole nother problem. But if you're hanging out with people that are bums, they're low frequency thinkers, they don't have ambition, they're just kind of drifting, then you're going to be a drifter. That's who you're going to be. My friends, if you don't have any ambition, if you don't have any drive, and even worse, if you have drive, ambition, goals in life, and you're surrounded by people who are just smoking dope, getting drunk and partying and fornicating and just not doing anything with their lives besides hurting themselves, you're going to be held back by those people. You can't save people who don't want to be saved. And you shouldn't waste your time doing that. Find people who have a like mind than you. If you want to have a show, find other people who have a show. Get to know them. When you chase your ambition, you will meet people who are equally as ambitious on the road. On the road to your destination, you will meet other people who are also on the same pilgrimage as you. Get to know those people. Befriend those people. They will benefit you so much more in the long run. Last one, 7. This is a big one, especially for you younger guys. Trying to fit in. I understand the pressure of, oh, I want to be socially accepted. I want to feel valued. I want people to like me. I want all these things. Most people you know right now, you will not talk to in 2 years. Most people you know right now, they will not mean anything to you in 1 year, 2 years, 5 years. You will not talk to them. All the good times you had will be nothing but a distant memory. Now, I'm not saying you need to not get to know people at all. What I'm saying is you need to hang out. It goes in with what I just said with networking with the wrong people. If you are not hanging out with the right people, and you're trying to fit in with that crowd, you're going to conform and you're going to change in ways you don't actually want to change and are counteractive and not conducive with the person you're trying to become. If you have ambitions, you have goals, hang out with people who have ambitions and have goals, even if it's in something totally different. That mindset will help you. Talking to other people about their ambitions and their goals and everything will fire you up about your goals, your aspirations. My friends, these are the 7 things that I've learned the hard way, and in some ways, sometimes really hard, frankly, really hard ways. But others, I've kind of learned the easier way, which has been fantastic for me. But sometimes I gotta relearn things. You ever have that sometimes where it's like, you know the right thing to do, but sometimes you're still like, dang, I messed up. I should have done that. I shouldn't have, but I did. And now I gotta get back on the wagon. I fell off the wagon, Now I gotta get back on and I gotta keep going. That's what you gotta do every day of your life. Because that's what I've learned to do. And I'm still doing it even now. I know I can sound like I'm an old man. I'm not an old man. I'm out here just like everybody else, grinding, trying to make a name for myself and trying to be the best version of myself I can be and improve every single day. And that's what I want for you. My friends, if you disagree with any of the points I made or you want to add to it, feel free to add to the list. Subtract from the list if you think that anything I said is wrong. Go ahead, make my day if you want to challenge it. But my friends, till next time, I want to tell you God bless you. God bless your family, and God bless America. We're out of here. Peace.